Hey everybody, it's Hylian Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. In the last episode, we triumphed over the Dark Palace, and it's also where we rescue the first of the 7 maidens that were trapped in crystals, but we freed one of them, and hopefully we'll free the rest. In this episode, instead of making any more progress, of course, just like always, after we complete a dungeon, well, maybe not always, there could be times where we just go straight to the dungeon, but not this time. Sorry. We're going to be doing quite a bit of sidequests here and there around in the Dark World. Well, actually, no, not just the Dark World, just both being around the Light and Dark World. And yes, I'm perfectly aware that the video, well, at least the video footage itself that I'm already commentating over, is 33 minutes long. Well, just the amount that well, I mean, the amount I record is actually longer than that, but since I've edited everything, then it's actually like exactly 33 minutes long. I mean, there's no other seconds behind it, just exactly 33 minutes. So, I do apologize for the very, very lengthy kind of video, but, you know, I can't help it. It is what it is. You know, I just want to get so much things out of the way for this game, well, at least for this episode. So, I mean, I just have to do it. I'm not even sure when was the last time I ever had a video that was more than 33 minutes long, because I know for sure I try to make it like less than 30, well, I mean less than 30 actually, I meant to say 30. Which is also how it is in most of my other RPG, well, actually no, I only did one RPG Let's Play, that's Pokemon. Which usually I just record up to 30 minutes of video footage, and then it just depends on however much is edited. But yeah, this is weird. Anyways, I know I keep on explaining too much about this. Let's go and talk about other things, shall we? So yeah, the majority of this video is just pretty much heart pieces and whatnot, and some other things that we'll be getting. Basically side quests, like I said before. So what I am going to be doing is I'll just whip out this magic mirror and go ahead and teleport right back to the light world, like that right here. And this is also kind of where I fucked up a bit. Like, I actually tried to defeat that buzz blob, but then then I just got knocked back, and it took me back to the Dark World. You didn't see it though. I actually just edited that one out, so yeah, I apologize for that. I think what I'm gonna be doing next is going over to the to that wishing thing. Well, the luck thing. You know, the fairy fountain, which is basically where I've been going like every time after I get past dungeons, when I just go over there just to increase my bomb and arrow capacity. Which, of course, you've already seen, so there's really no point in me just showing that off to you guys. See, I don't think I actually mentioned in my previous videos that, Link to the Past is actually the very first game in which it introduces the concept of world shifting. It's appeared in several other Zelda games, well, to some extent. I mean, like, you know, A Link Between Worlds did that, like, you know, very heavily, since it's very much heavily influenced with Link to the Past when you're traveling between Hyrule and Lorule. But other Zelda games kind of had that concept as well, like there's Ocarina of Time where you just go between the past and future. Like you're going between Child Link and Adult Link. Then, let's see. I would say Wind Waker kind of had that. Not so much, but only at certain parts of the game where you, we're actually going to the sea. Yeah, I know, I'm talking a bit much about that here, even though, we're not even those games yet. I'm not doing Let's Plays of those games, but you know, stuff like that. Oh, and also, what is it? As a matter of fact, Oracle of Ages actually had something similar like that, except you're actually traveling to the past instead of going between different worlds. I mean, it's still kind of the same way. Like the concept seems kind of the same, where basically you use the oh yeah, that's right. We go into those portals, and it takes you back to the past. And to get back to the present, then you just use the Harp of Ages, where it kind of plays like the Magic Mirror. But you know, I keep talking so much about it. Well, I'll probably explain more about it once I do eventually get to the Oracle games a few years from now, and also other future Zelda games. Yes, I know. I pretty much already confirmed all the Zelda games. Well, you know, it's to be expected. I mean, because you know, I for one love The Legend of Zelda. I've been a huge fan of Zelda, and of course, it's to be expected that I'll be doing pretty much every single Zelda game on this channel, except for Zelda 2. Yeah, which you already saw that I skipped over Zelda 2 and just went straight to A Link to the Past, because, you know, fuck that game. No, I don't hate the game. It's just that I tried and I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I couldn't. It's so... I mean, maybe I could give it another chance, but, you know, chances are it seems pretty unlikely. So, anyway, yeah, we did get that rupee from that one guy, which is kind of reference to Zelda 1, where, we get rupees from moblins. You're saying it's a secret, or it's a secret to everybody. And, that house over there, which is actually supposed to be my house in the light world, but we're not in the light world right now, that is basically a bomb shop, and he, and that, elephant guy will, well, either an elephant or some sort of tapir. He actually, he'll sell you bombs for, like, I think it was 80 rupees I just saw from the dialogue box. Later on in this game, he will be selling a certain special kind of bomb that we'll be needing at some point, but for now, he only has those kind of bombs. Now, for what you just noticed here, those trees here have people in. Oh my god, you can talk to them! Yeah, basically those trees do. Like, if you actually talk to them, they'll give you some info about, like, how, they actually, like, they used to be humans in the light world. They were originally from the light world, but they were transported to the dark world and they were turned to trees. Like, some of them will give you a bit of information about the dark world itself. Other ones, they will be an utter dick to you and tell them to stop bothering them. Well, actually, what they do first, you just, have to ram into them, then they'll just spit out bombs at you, and then you can talk to them. Yeah, I gotta say, though, the Dark World is very, very weird. I mean, like, you know, anything of having here, like, you can even talk to trees of all things. Like, seriously, though, like, there's a whole bunch of weirdness going on in the Dark World. And yeah, it's a good thing you see that very obvious landmine that's right there. And another heart piece. Yeah, I do apologize for kind of pausing for a bit there. I was actually, what I was doing there while I was recording this footage is that I was just, looking at my checklist to see what where I should be going next, like for, basically for 100% completion, since that's pretty much of a tradition that I would do, just, do this game 100%, and pretty much for other games. Well, unless there are some instances where it's just way too tedious for my kind of thing to just go for 100% completion. I mean, particularly in Sonic games, but, you know, more on that later. So, what I'm doing right now is, there's actually, some other side quests, and I will say, though, this side quest in particular is kind of a tearjerker, I will say. And you'll see that in a minute. So, we go into this little grove right here. And we get a little closer to this, what appears to be a flute boy. And, oh god. Huh. He just disappeared out of thin air. Well, I guess if we just go to the dark world, maybe we'll just, you know, see what happens. And yeah, there's a real bit, there's a real frame rate drop right there. Yeah, the game kind of does tend to do that. Whenever I get so close to enemies and using Pegasus boots, there's this frame rate drop for some reason. Let's go over there, and oh, there's another tapir guy. And yeah, it turns out this is actually the flute boy from Light World. And somehow he ended up into the Dark World, and he wants to see the place again. So what he's gonna have us do is that, he'll just request us by just giving us his shovel. It's actually not permanent, as you can see, that we're actually borrowing the shovel, so what you want to do next is that you want to go ahead and go back to the light world after he lends you the shovel. And now what we need to do is that we need to look for the flute. And very ironically so, or very ironically here, is that we just keep digging around this area, and there we go. And we got the, well, it's a flute. I was about to say ocarina, because it looks distinctively like the ocarina. And yeah, sorry for the little pause right there. I mean, the game kind of forced me like that. The game just kind of paused just to get through this cutscene, so... Anyway, this is where the tearjerker kind of kicks in. Like, you know, you actually give him the flute back, but then he realizes that, that he's actually kind of dying right now. He's about to get petrified, basically. So, let's go play this flute one last time. Man, that's just sad, though. I mean, you actually give him the flute like he always wanted, but now he's unable to play it anymore. Because now he's getting petrified due to the events of the Dark World, and you know, and now he's turned to a tree already. That's just sad. And now apparently we have to go and break the news to his father. That old man he was referring to, which is he's actually located in Kakariko Village. So we're gonna go ahead and do just that. Yeah, that's just sad. It is. It's also giving me vibes of the ending of Majora's Mask as well. I mean, it's kind of like that. I'll just give it there. So let's go and talk to him. That's okay. Well, he's snoozing, so I guess we'll just have to go ahead and whip out that flute. So yes, here we are, just going ahead and just breaking the news to him. It's just sad that we have to go and tell him all this. Like, you know, what happened to his son? That he's just forever trapped in the Dark World and possibly died. That's a real tearjerker right there, isn't it? It just is. But in all honesty, here we actually do need the flute for one thing, and you will see here in a minute. So I have to go all the way up to the weather vane. Hey, it looks like those save points from Link Between Worlds. How about that? Alright, so we're going to play this flute here and see what happens. And this thing breaks apart, and out pops a bird. How did a bird actually survive being inside of Weather Vane? It must be so thin. It just... How does that happen anyway? Game logic. That's what it is. But anyway, so now that we have the flute, we are now able to use it to warp or use this little bird for transportation if we want to go ahead and fly to any kind of set location that there is. To whatever area you want to go to. Like, if you want to just... it's instant travel like that. So it's actually kind of neat right there if you just want to... If you want to go ahead and go someplace and you just use a flute, and then the bird will take you anywhere. However, here's the catch though. You can only do this in the Light World, because unfortunately you cannot do this in the Dark World at all. I guess apparently, well, since the bird is apparently being in the Light World, there's no way for it to be able to go right into the Dark World. So yeah, you can't use it in the Dark World, unfortunately. So yeah, that's just one thing. But you know, I mean, at least we can just still use it to our advantage, just getting from place to place, only in the Light World. But yeah. Let's go ahead and see what's in here, and that is that must be the blacksmith. And apparently he has a partner, but he's not here right now, and... Yeah, if we were bringing his partner over there, then what they'll do is that they'll just beef up your Master Sword, and it'll just increase attack power, but we can't do that for now. We're not actually going to do it in this video right now, so, like, maybe a little later on. Now, here's another little thing that we're going to be doing here once we fall into this well. We go ahead and pull out our magic powder right here, and out pops the Mad Batter. And at first he's gonna go ahead and give us shit for waking him up, and then for some reason thanking us. And he is going to retaliate by placing some sort of curse on us. And oh, I wonder what it's gonna be. Oh my god, I'm so scared! No, please don't! I'll do anything for you! Alright, and he's saying that our magic power will drop by 1/2. No! How could this be? This can't be possible! Yeah, now you're making my quest even harder than possible. No! Okay, I'm joking. Because guess what, guys? That actually doesn't happen at all. It never really happened. So, despite the fact that he actually claims that that your magic power will drop by 1/2, What actually happens is that's not really what he meant, because what he actually did is that, usually whenever you use an item that will, that requires magic power, now that we have our, now that we have our capacity in half, whatever magic power we use, like the amount that we use for whatever item, now it actually goes by half that kind of amount. So what I'm saying here is that it basically increases the capacity. So yeah, like for instance, like let's say we use an item that would drop about like a quarter of the magic power or of the magic meter. Well, now that we have that kind of upgrade, it only now only drops by half of that kind of amount. Just for whatever amount you use, it just goes by half of that. So in other words, it's basically an increase in the for the magic power. So yeah, there's nothing for you guys to worry about. Just don't be misled by what the Mad Batter says. It's actually very helpful. So yeah, therefore you just won't regret it at all. So yay! But anyways, yeah, I actually did try to rewatch the video footage, so that way I can just go back and just pick back up on memory for what I did, because, you know, I actually recorded this footage, like, months ago, before that very long and sudden hiatus that I did. So, I had to rewatch it, because I pretty much kind of forgot what there is, and I think I might have forgotten other things that I might have done as well. But, oh well. I think I should go ahead and find something to talk about. I mean, I haven't even... It's been months, well, about 3 months since I've actually uploaded anything on this channel, and just, you know, just going back to do a Let's Play, so I think I should go ahead and just, hang on a second, did we actually, explain what this enemy is? I don't think I did. I think it's a Ghini. And sorry about my voice crack right there. I got kind of... It was kind of sudden right there. I'm sorry about that. It happens sometimes, but... Yeah, those things are called Ghinis, I believe. They're exactly the same as Poes in the Light World. But you just take more damage from them, just like every other enemy in the Dark World. And also, those skeletal cuckoos, yeah, those are... Well, you know, yeah, of course, the cuckoos in the Dark World are just like the same, and make sure you try not to attack them, or else they will send out their brethren, and they will retaliate against you. Yeah, they're basically like, you know, undead cuckoos. That's kind of creepy there, if you ask me. And now we are in what's essentially the Dark World version of Kakariko Village. That's called the Village of Outcasts. That's actually where a lot of the thieves are, and you want to be careful with them because they will bump into you and they will steal your items. Like, they'll knock out your items and they'll steal it from you, so you want to be careful about that. And what I'm doing right now is that this is also... This is a treasure chest minigame. Basically, the object of this minigame here is that after you start the game by paying them rupees, and you have to open up each chest and find your prize. And the prize we're going after is a piece of art, as you just saw there. And you can only open up to 2 chests. No more than 2 chests. And after that, the game is over. But if you want to go for 100% completion, you want to go and aim for the heart piece. So just keep opening up the chests. Like, keep retrying the minigames over and over until you get to the heart piece. So yeah, Village of Outcasts. Not much here except for a few secrets and, of course, a couple of buildings you can enter, like the one treasure chest minigame. But yeah. There's also thieves there, so you want to... Well, you know, those fox-like thieves. So you want to be careful about that. And we have 300 rupees. Wow, this game is... It's giving us an easy chance to give us some rupees here. I like that. Which is something that I actually didn't really like about Breath of the Wild, is that in Breath of the Wild, it's so hard to get rupees these days. Like, you know... It's not like in any other Zelda game where you can get rupees by cutting grass. No, they don't have that anymore. Like, in order to get rupees nowadays in Breath of the Wild, you actually have to earn them just by, like, you know, doing favors for some people or other things. But yeah, getting rupees in that game, it's not as easy as in the other Zelda games. You can't chop down grass or anything just for rupees. It kind of sucks. It's kind of a letdown. And I do believe right in there, yeah, that's the fortune teller house, so if you want to know where to go next, then be sure to stop by the fortune teller, and he'll go ahead and just awaken some spirits and see your future. See what lies ahead. Anyways, so, yeah, what is there to talk about? I mean, pretty much a lot of what I did during my, during the summer. I did go on a little bit of vacation in Key West, Florida, like, all the way down there, and, you know, I actually survived. Yeah, don't worry, guys, I survived Key West, Florida, because it is fucking hot down there, like, ugh, seriously. I mean, I still had fun there. It was actually a good trip there. Got to see places. And yes, to those of you who actually know about the story, who know about Robert the Doll, yes, I actually saw Robert the Doll. I am not kidding there. I actually did see him. Oh yeah, real quick there. Yeah, this kind of seems like the sanctuary here, but if you talk to this guy, you pay him 20 rupees, and he'll tell you a little story, more stuff about the Dark World. And he's giving you a little hint about what there is about a little secret in the Dark World, and he also heals you just for listening to his story. That's real nice. I really like that. These NPCs are being nice to me for once. I like that. But anyway, so yeah, I kind of enjoyed my trip in Key West. But yeah, going back to Robert the Doll there. Yes, I actually did see Robert the Doll just by going to the museum and just some of the glass, and I read, this is actually, like, you know, way after I read the creepypasta about Robert the Doll. Because back then, I first heard about him just by reading the creepypasta, and then I saw this little, documentary about him. And then just going to Key West, and I actually saw him. No, I didn't take any pictures. I mean, you know, basically, you're actually supposed to ask for permission from Robert himself, if you, to take pictures of him, otherwise you will, you're not gonna be happy about what there is. Like, you know, it's, I mean, you know, kind of like karma. It'll just, I mean, you're kind of doing bad things just by not asking for permission, then it'll come back to bite you in the ass. And trust me, I mean, believe it or not, but I've seen letters, and it could be convincing quite enough, but, you know, I'm kind of a sucker when it comes to those kind of ghost stories, but yeah, I didn't really bother taking a picture of Robert the Doll, so if you want to see him, well, I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to be safe. I know it sounds like I'm very paranoid at this point, but I just want to be safe about it, okay? Just cut me some slack here, please. But anyways, yeah, it was all around fun. I don't remember, did I buy any souvenirs there, like t-shirts or something? I don't think I did. I think I did there. I mean, I did, the only thing I ever had was food. Like, I did try some of the shaved ice, but I've heard that the one and, the kind of shaved ice that you get in Hawaii is a lot better, but the thing about it is I've never really been to Hawaii, sadly enough. And yes, we, just got the magic cape. What that does is that it actually turns us invisible, but at the cost of our magic power. So that's also a reason why we went to the Mad Batter to just allow the amount of the magic we use to be halved. But just the amount that we use. So see, I think yeah, not much to say about my kind of about my little trip to Key West. We only stayed there for about 3 days. It was kind of a short trip. It had to be this way since I, of course, do live in Florida. Well, up around in Central Florida, though. But yeah, just going way down there, down very south, like, you know, down those little islands in Florida. Which, you know, that's Key West. It's, you know, hot as balls out there. It really is, like, ugh. But I still had a good time there. It was kind of fun. If you can just try to handle the heat and whatnot. Yeah, let's see, what else is there to talk about? I know this has already been way past, and, you know, it's already out on DVD and Blu-ray, but I did see Avengers Infinity War, and I gotta tell you, like, I'm not gonna spoil anything whatsoever. but that movie seriously blew my mind. It really did. It's just so mind-blowing, but I'm pretty sure that there's still some people who haven't got a chance to see Infinity War, so because of that, I will not spoil anything. I will keep this all to myself. But, I mean, it was real good, but, like, you know, it's just, all I'm gonna say, it's really mind-blowing. If you're willing to see it, it's out on DVD and Blu-ray now, so there's your chance, but I'll tell you this, it will completely blow your mind. It's gonna surprise you so much, so, yeah. Overall, it was a great movie. It really was. I mean, just, you know, saying that it was, you know, well, you know, maybe I'll just stop there because, you know, it's kind of embarrassing to admit some other things, but, you know, that's kind of where I'll stop. So, but yeah, I do recommend it. I recommend you see Infinity War. It's great. It's really gonna surprise you so much. So just go ahead and really be sure to check it out. I mean, you're just gonna be surprised. Trust me. So, anyhow, I think back before we enter the Dark World, there were these twin lumberjacks trying to saw the tree over there, and it looks oddly suspicious now. I wonder. Oh boy, it's a little secret passage. There's a little secret right there. Let's see what's inside. Huh. Well, it's technically not a fairy fountain, but there are a lot of fairies, so might as well just go and pick one up. I'm actually in dire need of those, because, just look at my, heart counter. Yeah, I actually do need those. I really do. Alright, so what else did I do during the summer? Yeah, I had the entire summer, and I did not even do any videos. I was still in the hiatus, but, you know, I've already explained it all during my update videos, but, you know, I'm back, well, kind of at the wrong time right now, because it's already getting close to the beginning of school, and, of course, I'm still kind of going, well, I mean, I'm technically still a college student, so, but this is kind of like, you know, my last year in a school. I mean, I'm just going to that one school I'm going to, just for 1 year. Well, actually, technically, like, you know, just all 12 months, which is a year, basically. But, you know, this is kind of my last school year, and after that, then I'm done with school forever, for the rest of my life. But I think I should go and stop there right now, because we're doing other things here. This right here is a shooting gallery, and it is completely optional. There is no heart piece involved, nothing important in this game, but it's completely optional. And it's one of those things where if you want to grind for rupees, then you might want to go there if you just want to do some basic rupee grinding. Basically, what you do is that you want to shoot for those little jellyfish, I should say. They kind of do look like jellyfish, but I don't know. Might as well say that they're kind of like jellyfish. So you want to make sure that you shoot for them so that way you can get the rupees. And you only have up to 5 shots of arrows. If you run out, then the game is over. Make sure that you do not shoot for the hands over there, because that will not give you any rupees, and that will basically reset your counter. And if you actually manage to, like, you know, make some sort of chain in which you keep hitting the jellyfish creatures, then the amount of rupees that you receive through the chains will increase. And you get more rupees for that, so you want to make sure you keep aiming for those little jellyfish guys, as long as your aiming is precise. Unlike me, because my aiming is terrible. And that's why I didn't get very much rupees playing that minigame. And I gotta say though, that guy that gets paid the rupees for to start the minigame, I actually love how every time you get a shot, he actually smacks his drum. I love that. It's real nice. I love when he does that. Now, this minigame right here, good lord, this minigame is a pain in the dick. What you have to do here is that it's basically a digging minigame. This guy will let you borrow his shovel, and you have to keep digging for rubies here. It's kind of a little simple minigame. However, once again, if you're going for 100% completion, there is a heart piece. So your main objective is to search for that heart piece. And it is very hard to find, and you will be doing this over and over again. It takes so many tries for this. And it's very luck-based, and keep in mind, guys, it's the heart piece is set at random locations. It always randomized. See, I actually cut all the way over to where I got the heart piece. I mean, it's another kind of minigame where if you want to grind for rupees, but yeah, you actually have 20 seconds for this. It is not that long there for you to do this. You have to go through this in a matter of 20 seconds. And the rupees or the heart piece that are buried under the ground, they're randomized completely. Not by any file. They're just they're randomized by each time you play the game. Yeah, that soldier's being a dig and didn't allow me to grab to the bird. But anyways, yeah, it always randomizes every time you play the minigame. So yeah, that's why if you're going the like you want to make sure they have tons of rupees for this, because you will be there for a long time if you're going after that heart piece. So make sure you do have enough rupees, because if you don't, then you're going to have to grind for some, because, you know, trust me, it's a real pain in the ass. It really is. Of course, what I did there, since I'm playing this on the Wii U Virtual Console, I did take advantage of those save states, so yeah, I'm actually lucky about that. But if you're just playing either the Wii Virtual Console or just the original cartridge, then yeah, make sure you have a lot of, like, tons of rupees. Maybe up to the main, to the max number, like 999 for that. And yeah, I'm just showing you what the cape does. That just turns you invisible. It practically lets you go over obstacles, like those spikes there, without taking any damage. But like I said, it costs magic. And what we just picked up there was the Cane of Burna. I didn't read the description, so I forgot what it does. I'll just well, you're gonna see right there the text I just put in for what it actually does after I looked it up. So yeah, and there you go. If you want to know what it does, then there you go. But yeah, that digging minigame really is a pain in the ass, and yeah, it took me, like, so many tries. I can't remember how many, but it took me a lot of tries to reset my save point just to get a heart piece. I had to do this over and over again until I finally got the heart piece. It is a real pain. It really is, so yeah. It is luck-based, if you want to go over the heart piece. But anyways, all that's done and over with, so let's go ahead and follow the Book of Medora, and just by reading that, you'll get a new medallion, and I wonder what kind of medallion it is. Ooh, that just completely obliterated that vulture. It is the Bombos medallion, and this medallion right here, it's one of the best medallions ever. Well, actually, it isn't actually required to be the game, but holy shit, it's a real great medallion to use. Like, if you really don't feel like going after those enemies one by one, and if you just want to, like, get all this over with, especially if you're low on health, go over the Bombos medallion, because it will kill every enemy on sight, like on screen. It will obliterate all of them. It's a great item like that. I love it. I love it so much. So yeah, it's a recommended item to use if you really don't feel like having to go after enemies one by one. If you just don't want to take the risk, use the Bombos medallion. It is kick-ass. It really is. But anyway, so yeah, that about does it for this very long video, but hey, it's good to be back anyway, so I just returned with this very long video, so you should be thankful about it, or not. If you're not a fan of long videos, then I'm sorry, I tried, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, next time on Let's Play in Link to the Past, we are, well, probably go to the next dungeon. I mean, I'm assuming that we're pretty much all done with the side quests and optional stuff and heart pieces, so I'm pretty sure that we'll be going to our next dungeon. So, till then, see you guys later.